David, it's great talking to you, man, especially because look where we're here, man. Boots and Hearts. This is holy ground for Canadian country music, my friend. How do you feel being here, especially the capacity that you are here, man?
It is unbelievable, man. We played Front Porch Thursday night. The fans were absolutely electric. We had so much fun. I walked out on that stage, and it's a dream come true, man. This is what we all work hard for, is to walk out on the stage in front of thousands of country fans and just do what we do, which is sing music. So
absolutely. But you know what? You sent me a message this morning, which is another reason why we're doing this interview, because something special is happening with your career that's connected with Boots and Hearts.
I made the top 2 for the Emerging Artist for 2019, and I'll tell you something, I was standing on that stage, and they called my name first. They said in no particular order, they named me first. And I don't celebrate because I want to be respectful to the contestants, but I mean, this is a life-changing opportunity, and I jumped up and I fired my hands in the sky, and I just thought, oh my God, like, what an opportunity this is. And to go and stand on that big stage tomorrow night and open up for Kane Brown, I mean, just, you know, the song that got me into Boots and Hearts was me covering a Kane Brown song, and that wasn't intentional because I recorded that in December of last year. With no intentions of even knowing that Kane Brown was a headliner, so it just worked out. But to think that I get to stand on the same stage as him and maybe even meet him, it's just mind-blowing.
Come on, you know, this is country music, man. Everybody is family. You know you're going to meet him. You know, man.
I can't wait. If I do meet him, I'm going to say, you know, the way you felt when you met Randy Travis, I'm like, that's how I'm feeling right now, so he'll understand. You know, it's cool. You know, I look up to a lot of people, and Kane Brown is one of those guys, so it's going to be really cool.
You know, I love the way you and I met, and I'd love for you to tell the story, because, of course, this happened at Chevy Music Presents Indie Fridays when we were celebrating country music at Young Dundas Square.
So we were down there, and I was just there as a fan to support, you know, some of my friends. Chris Barkley was performing that night, so I wanted to go down there and support him, as well as the Beresfords. And my buddy Jimmy and Crystal from Sons of Daughters were playing, so all my friends were playing, and I was out in the crowd, and I was like, that MC up there is amazing, and I want to go over and tell him. So that's how we met, and you were kind enough to pull me up on stage in my hometown and say, hey y'all, this is David Boy James, and he's going to Boots and Hearts, and who knows what's going to happen, but make some noise and show some love. So I appreciate that.
Look, I appreciate you for coming over and talking to me. There was no way I was not going to bring you up on stage. We were running late too, and I was like, screw it, just let's just do this. And then look where you are today in just a short time, man. But you know, your career isn't a short time. This has been going on a long time. Let's start about the love of country music and how that all began for you.
Country music has always been in my home. My family's from Newfoundland, and so I grew up listening to country music, and it's always been, you know, on. We played with records because I was born in the '80s, and it's just always been hard to find a country band in the city. Growing up in Toronto, and I'm born in Toronto, like born at St. Joe's Hospital, born and raised Lakeshore, Mimico. So it's just hard to find a band, and finally, when I put my head down and I really focused on it, that was only just over a year and a half ago, all of this came together and happened really, really fast.
You picked a good time too, because as I've been saying for the last 5 years, maybe 6, 7, Canadian country music in particular is like, it's ready to explode. There are so many, like yourself, so many great young artists, and they're all so good. But the other thing that I love, and I've said this many, many times, 2 genres that talk about the best stories: hip-hop and country music. Is that one of the reasons why that you love country music, is being able to tell great stories?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing for me is my whole message to my fans is thoughts become things, and my biggest thing is to inspire other people to chase their dreams, and it doesn't just have to be about music. Steve Harvey has this great video on YouTube called Jump, and
I've seen it.
It's amazing. It's so motivational, and I watched that at the start of deciding to jump into country music, and that really motivated me. And he talks about people need to stop looking at talents as singing, running, dancing, and jumping. There's a lot more to it. Some people can connect dots. Some people can. He talks about his friend that mowed grass for a living and became very successful. So my whole thing is, you know, I was just a dude singing songs at a karaoke bar that woke up one day and said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take my shot, and I went for it, and it's working out. So I hope when people see that, they get motivated in themselves and decide to take on a task of their own, and really push for it. I've had people send me pictures of them holding a driver's license, and they're 62 years old. and they're like, you inspired me to just go out there and do the test. And I'm just like, and that's not even about music, you know? And that, to me, that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
You know, that's what I think is so special. So, yeah.
What's the latest single that you have right now happening?
We just dropped, it's called Another Day. Spotify curated playlist picked it up, a couple different playlists, so I was really grateful for that. Yeah, and it's doing really great, and the song is just about being grateful for another day. You know, there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world, and the song just talks about, you know, the sun comes up, the sun goes down, and, you know, I breathe in and I breathe out, and it's another day. So it's just a motivational piece to help encourage people to get through whatever they're going through and keep their head up.
After all this is done, what's happening with you? Whether we find out that you've got it or maybe not, what are the future plans as we speak right now?
I said it from the beginning, regardless of what happens with Boots and Hearts, I have a plan that I'm on and things that are going on behind the scenes. I have a record that, depending on what happens with Boots and Hearts, may or may not come out this year. I'm constantly writing songs, constantly working on new material. We have tons of shows coming up, like in the next couple days after Boots is done. So we got lots of shows left in August, a couple in September. We're heading to the CCMAs in Calgary.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's going to be really a lot of fun. And then I'm probably going to take a week or two off, just go on a trip or something and just kind of come down from this high and back in the lab with the pen and the pad, man.
There we go. Look, I know my honor will be, and I'm hoping it happens, I hope I get to introduce you one day on stage, man. It would be freaking awesome. But as for now, where do we go to find you, man? Social media is the place to go.
Before I tell you that, I will tell you that I will make sure that happens because,
nice.
Listen, you are one hell of an MC, man. And you know what? As an entertainer and as a performer, the reason I came up to you is because so many times we get MCs that just get up there and they don't have the passion they just don't have that passion, you know? So when I meet someone that has passion regardless of what it's about, that speaks to me, man, because that's what I'm about, you know? I hear it all the time when I do shows. So like, man, there's this energy that comes out of you, and it's like, because this is what I love to do. I genuinely love what I'm doing. And when I can meet other people that love what they're doing, I have a lot of respect for them. So we'll make sure that happens, brother.
I love that. Social media, where do we go?
At David Boyd Janes. That's it. It's super easy. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it's all at David Boyd Janes.
And I'm correct, you got merch, right?
We do. We got some hats for sale. We're almost sold out of our Sticks and Stones hats. I think we only got like 20 left. We got Stomp hats that are coming out for Havelock. So I'm opening up for Gord Bamford on the 14th. That's next week.
Oh, that's great.
And then I play at Havelock again on the Saturday. So we're gonna have a merch tent there, so we can, you know, sell some merch and stuff.
And your stuff looks great, man. That's why I was mentioning. Oh yeah, the merch stuff, the merch. It looks fantastic, man.
Thank you so much. We're just trying to raise a bit of money to record the song Stomp. So all the money that we get from selling those hats and keychains and stuff, it's all gonna go into recording that song. It's a fan favorite, so we want to get it out there.
As we speak, good luck, my friend, on tomorrow.
I appreciate it.
But either way, I cannot wait to introduce you, man. I just can't wait for more great songs from you. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll tell you one thing. When we walk out on that stage tomorrow night, we're going to light it up.
Love it. Congrats, man.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.